It is March 1st, 2022, which means it's time for our most exciting episode. That's right, it's our 37th episode of Xtreme, where we talk about some of the stuff that happened in the previous month, February, but all the really exciting stuff in March. And I gotta tell you, this March is so incredibly exciting. Of course, it depends on your definition of exciting. For example, I had a party at 2/22 on 2/22/22 because I just love that shit. As the Xtreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the Xtreme channel. My name is Mr. X. If this is your first time tuning in, we're all about extreme collectibles, for the most part, kind of an extreme lifestyle. And as I said, this is a monthly segment. This is actually the 37th time we've done this. On the first day of every month, we review a little bit of the previous month, and we look forward to the upcoming month. So there is a lot of stuff to cover. But the first thing I'm going to let you know, let the cat out of the bag, because it's time for dinner and we need something to eat. We have a new room tour coming. That's right, and it's not a tour of the office here with all these collectibles. We recently did one of those a few months back near the new year. You can check it out right here. I've revamped about 75% of my home. That will be coming within the next week. So make sure you've not only liked this video, but you've subscribed to the channel and you've hit that bell notification to see hundreds and hundreds of high-end collectibles and how they're now set up. Before we dive into more March stuff, let's look at February. February was a pretty exciting month in regards to a few things. I took Mrs. X out to Chuck E. Cheese, and I gotta tell you, I used all the tickets we won to buy her a heart eraser. She's so lucky. No, but seriously, one thing I want to look at in February is I want to look at two things. First, I want to look at my favorite collectibles that actually arrived and all the collectibles that I purchased. Let's kick it off with that. Coming in at number 3 is the Prime 1 Studios Spinosaurus. I just launched this review last week, and I am really ecstatic. It still is my favorite dinosaur statue. I have it set up against that T-Rex, and I am absolutely stoked. Second favorite piece was the long-awaited, which I actually waited 3.5 years for, this Prime 1 Studios Harley Quinn. She did not disappoint despite a few design issues, but she was my second favorite piece that arrived in the month of February. Number 1 was no contest, was this custom Spider-Man. And again, just like the Harley, it had a lot of issues, even more so issues, but just the amazing dynamicness of this, the concept made up for everything. Definitely my favorite piece that arrived in the month of February. Now this February, I was a little bit more behaved than January. As you guys know, I've decided I'm getting out of collecting, but it's an addiction. It's hard to do. So I'm trying to limit myself, only buy a few high-end statues each month. Last month, if you caught that video, I just screwed the pooch. Actually, for the record, I am not pro-bestiality. That's gross. But here are some of the pieces that I purchased. First is XM Studios Super Scroll. So I actually have a custom one on order because no one's ever done a good Super Scroll. Now I think this is way better than the custom one. I like how it incorporates all their different powers. Cannot wait to get this, but probably won't arrive till 2023. Also, finally found a custom Mephisto statue right here. He is absolutely amazing. I would have liked a few more things done with it, but we don't have a lot of options for Mephisto, and I suspect he'll be released sometime in the MCU in the next 2 years, maybe even in the Multiverse of Madness, which I cannot wait to see. Also very stoked because I have tickets to Batman this week. Now, I will leave my thoughts on that on a blog. We do a daily blog on the xtremechannel.com. So make sure to check that out. New statue releases, new movies, and other pop culture related things. Also purchased, and this one may not arrive this month, so it's not going to be on the list because I paid for economy shipping, but the Dark Metal Knight Merciless. So I have most of this line on order, and other than the Drowning. And I was really hesitant with this one, but man, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to show you guys how these are going to be showcased. Because another thing, I have that entire line. I bought slabs for each one. I bought about 12 slabs this month. If you don't know what slabs are, they're CGC graded comics, and I'm just going all out displaying them with a lot of my statues. I think it's kind of the next evolution in my collection. Also nabbed the PO for this custom Venom. You guys know how much I love custom Venoms. You'll actually see one here reviewed. It's actually going to be my next video out. Probably my 4th favorite statue. Not this one, a different one I'm talking about. You'll see in a few days. But this one will hopefully come next year sometime. I did end up buying the Dr. Doom statue. A friend of mine, Jerry, he actually loaned me one to review, so you're going to see the review probably in a week or so here, but I actually have one of my own on order as well. I broke down and bought XM Studios Apocalypse statue, which actually should arrive any day, so again, you'll see the review very soon. Despite the fact I hate the pose, I absolutely hate the pose with a passion, I think everything else they knocked out of the park, and I love purple. And then last was the Prime 1 Studio Rotunda T-Rex. So this is 1/15 scale. It's something I always dreamed. I wish they would have made the original, the 1/8 scale that they made, into 1/15, and they finally did. I would have liked it with velociraptors on it, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, because I beg a lot. Mostly Mrs. X in the bedroom. I'm just kidding. She's a nympho. All right, so one more thing before we talk about March. I was really good this month on purchasing collectibles. That list that I showed you is only about half of what I wanted to buy. I reintroduced hashtag restraint, and I introduced it strong. So let's talk about those. These are pieces that I almost bought. I really want to, but I'm trying to be a little bit of an adult. I can save that money and piss it away on other stuff. First was these two Prime One Studios life-size Berserk pieces. You guys know I love Berserk. I'm still reading through it right now, and I love the statues from it. You're going to see a lot that are actually supposed to arrive here in a second. But I thought this was pretty cool, but I passed on both of these. On Sideshow Seconds, that's a discount website, seconds.sideshow.com, I almost grabbed their Scarlet Witch. Even though I've got out of collecting Avengers, I thought they did an amazing job with this. I'm really impressed. The portrait could have been better, but I love everything else about it. And technically, she's worked so much with the X-Men, I could have justified it in my X-Men display. Also, I am selling my Star Wars statues at the end of this month. Do not message me, but if I wasn't, I probably would have picked up their Mandalorian statue, which was also on Seconds. So discounted 15% just because of box damage, but I was able to pass on this. I was planning on buying Queen Studios' Bloodstorm Batman, but the truth is I have a new 1/4 scale DC display that you guys will see in the tour coming up, so make sure to subscribe. That's like the 5th time I've told you. So I don't have room for this, and I have so many other pieces I absolutely love in there. I think this is really well done, but I think the price point was higher than I expected to, even though Queen Studios is pretty competitive. Now the last one, this was the hardest one, was Punchline. I love Punchline. I know who that is. It's Joker's new girlfriend. Took kind of the place of Harley Quinn, but the problem with this statue, it's just way too tall to display anywhere meaningful. The size is almost restrictive. And I knew if I got this, I get the Joker statue, that's kind of the companion piece that goes in front of that. So for that reason, I passed. But who knows, it may end up in the collection someday. It won't come out for a long time. Now let's talk about the exciting stuff in March. So first thing I want to let you guys know is look down how many subs we have. We are really close to 25,000. We're giving away 2 quarter scale statues when we hit 25,000 and a 3rd place prize as well. So again, if you haven't subscribed, that's a way to get us there faster, and then also share these videos. I really appreciate your guys' support. Other things you can do is like the video and comment. That helps the video gain traction. Also, if you remember last month, I said that I'm trying to figure out this YouTube algorithm, and it seems like when I put out videos that aren't as popular, YouTube downplays the importance of others, so I'm only going to put out videos that I think are more popular. Well, that's not working out so well, in full transparency, so I'm going to try it for 1 more month, and if not, then starting in April, we'll go back to every other day content. But right now, it's content every 3 days or so. What goes on with that? I actually have plenty of content to do it every other day. Put out content. I can't do it every other day. I'm not a machine. You hear that, woman? But one of the reasons I want to save all that content is because I am traveling so much in March. I'm gone for 3 out of the 4 weeks in March, which is awesome because for the last 3 days it's been snowing and 0 degrees here. Now, of those trips, I bring exclusive content to some of the members of the Xtreme channel. If you want to know what that's about, check out the link in the description below or hit that join button. They have early access, vlogs, raw videos, behind the scenes, and more. And I'm really stoked because one of those 3 weeks, I am actually going to be on a beach in the Caribbean with my family. So it'll be a good break from everything. But I still will deliver you guys content. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff recorded on deck. And some of the stuff will be some of these statues that are arriving in the month of March. As a disclaimer, these are all scheduled to arrive. I've been pretty selective, so I only chose things I'm pretty sure are going to arrive. And everything that arrives, I do a detailed review. Something that looks cool and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. But let's break it down into categories, starting with customs. So these are private, unlicensed commissions, and I can't give you any information on these, but first one hopefully coming in is this giant Magneto on Throne statue. So this one, I think almost everyone else has in hand, but I went with a different shipping method. And as a disclaimer, I actually don't own this piece. Jerry's trying to sell it to me, so he's giving it to me as a review, so he knows that I'll want to keep it after that. But very stoked for this, and it should arrive. I know it's been on a container since like December, so I have no worries. It will definitely arrive in the month of March. Same thing with this giant Spawn piece. So this guy right here, I paid for shipping a while ago. It should definitely arrive in March, the most expensive I've ever paid on shipping. And I'll tell you more about that in the actual review. But he's going to go right here in the office next to that Curse of the Spawn piece that I absolutely love. And I'm excited for that because I heard that that is actually shipping in the month of March to buyers as well. It should arrive any day now, this Venomized Wolverine. So I have a whole bunch of Venomized creatures because I'm reading King in Black and Absolute Carnage, and I love Null. And I think this will be absolutely amazing. I'm going to put them up right behind me. That Dr. Doom statue that I just talked about, obviously I bought one of those. So hopefully it'll arrive. If it does, it'll be the end of March, maybe beginning of April, not a joke. But it is my travel season for the next 3 months or so. So whenever I'm gone for a week, I come back and there's like 5 statues to open, which I can't deny is pretty fun. Custom Silver Surfer. There's a lot of controversy behind this one, but I personally love it and I can't wait to see it in hand. I had mine specially painted, so that's why it took a little bit longer, but he will be here hopefully in the month of March. He's already been shipped, and I will share that review with you guys. All new pieces, I will share reviews with you. Dark Side, this one shipped quite a while ago. Again, a very expensive shipping. He's not on a throne, but he's next to a throne, so he's going to go with my throne collection, which you'll see during the room tour. It's an entirely different wall, and I'm so stoked on how he's going to look with everything up there. Another custom Venom right here that should be arriving. Again, it'll be end of March, beginning of April. We'll see. This is actually based off of a comic book cover, and I have that slab actually reserving the spot for it. I don't think you can see it in the camera. So my Venom wall, it's one of my favorite parts of my collection. I'm going to get better and better. I don't have the lights on because it really messes with the lights of the video. Then I have a number of licensed pieces that are scheduled to arrive. So these are by companies like Queen Studios, Prime One Studios, Sideshow. First is that Merciless piece we talked about. Should come from Prime One Studio. Very excited. It'll be my second Dark Knight metal piece of the 7 or 8 I'm getting. And I just built a new display for that. Again, you see all those empty spots in the slabs below them in the room tour coming up. I had first 4 figures Mega Man, their deluxe one, on waitlist version. So next to my MAME arcade game, and again, this is stuff you haven't seen yet, I have my favorite video games, Street Fighter, Mario, Sonic, and then of course Mega Man growing up was very nostalgic to me, and I think this is their best piece they've done. So I'm excited to get this. Prime One Studios Heath Ledger Joker is also set to arrive. Guys, the more pictures I see of this portrait, I think it's shit. I think it sucks. So I do want to see it in person before I reserve my judgment, but I have the backup bust coming in a few months as well. But I'll give you my honest opinion, and if it's as bad as I'm looking in the pictures eventually I probably will sell it unless that bust that's coming in is better. Prime One Studios Skull Knight is shipping. I believe this shipped like 2 months ago, and it's on a container, so hopefully it'll come. But this is a giant Berserk piece, and I had to build a special shelf just for this. They're actually over there in the corner, because not only should he be arriving, but a lot of other Berserk pieces, including Conrad, this fat little bastard. You guys know I've been waiting forever. He came out a year ago. He's been on a container, so it's been incredibly, not frustrating, but I've just had patience. But these are all going to arrive at the same time because I have all these empty shelves, so I cannot wait. Because Slan, that's the way I pronounce it. If you don't like it, go cry to your mom. She doesn't know who Slan is anyway, and she'd probably yell at you for having naked lady statues. But Slan and Ubik are supposed to arrive from Sideshow, actually. They updated to March, April, so I'm really hopeful that they're going to arrive. A lot of delays on that one. Also, Casca. And again, that's how I pronounce it. I read the shit. I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't have nobody read those books to me. By the way, did you know the Berserk books? If those of you that aren't familiar with mangas and stuff, you actually read it backwards. But she's supposed to arrive as well, so I think that will actually complete my Berserk collection. So very ecstatic. And I share teaser videos and photos on social media, so make sure to check those out. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. The link for those is in the description below. Last 3 pieces that should arrive. Apocalypse. Like I said, I already paid for that. I'm getting DHL shipping, which costs so much fucking money. But that should arrive any day, so you'll see a review for that in the month of March for sure. XM Studios Penguin is supposed to release in Q1, and Q1 ends in 30 days. So I am assuming that will come. This is a Samurai version. Very excited to have this. I think I have 3 or 4 more Samurai pieces coming, and then my collection will be done until they reveal another. But the last one, I'm very stoked about this. It's one of the most expensive licensed statues I've ever bought. That's a 1/4 scale. Is the Assassin Predator from the Fugitive Predator movie. So this is definitely coming. It shipped 2 months ago. I have tracking. It's going to go here in the office. Comes with the dog and all the additional switch outs. So we're going to do a review on this. And my Predator wall is right over there, as you guys remember. And I'm just stoked how it's coming out. And I just want to share everything with you guys. And I mean that in a total non-creepy way. Well, maybe a little creepy. But that's all I'm going to share with you today because that's all I got. So now comes my favorite part of the video. Guys, I read every single comment. Please let me know what cool shit you had come in February, what you have coming in March. Throw that down in the comments below, because not only is it a cool way to interact, but also it will enter you into that very soon contest of the 25,000 sub giveaway. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hi guys, please drop me a like on the way out. I really appreciate it. It really helps. In the meantime, in a few days, that custom Venom is probably going to launch, and then the room tour a little less than a week from now. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos. I said in the meantime twice.